Green Depression.
That's a great start.
That's my line.
Yeah, we're live. Hey guys. Well, what's it called? First things first. Let's fucking go to my my intro. Here we go. All right. Follow us on Twitter. I do post every time when we go live because we do stream this live on Twitch. And then I do put the VODs on YouTube, so follow our YouTube as well. If you're listening to this in audio format and you're curious where else it is available, it's available on podbean.com, soundcloud.com, iTunes, and Stitcher Smart Radio, all at DaveNTheGang. Just search it up and you'll find us. We have a website that I still have not updated since I bought it like about a week ago. So don't go to it, but it is DaveNTheGang.com. And as well, we have our last thing that I'll just make the intro short. We just have our little skin hub thing. So if you're curious about what Skin Hub is, you make basically your own CSGO crate, and then you buy it. Like, you just pick out what you want, and then it'll decide how much it's going to cost. And if you use the code DaveNTheGang, you get a free 50 cents. And then also, if you click through our panel or go to our website and click that panel, it'll bring you there to our case, which we get a little kickback of the money you put into it. So that's it. I don't want to talk too much about the introduction. What is up with you guys? Oh, also, first things first, we don't have Thosa again. Well, I guess... Alright, so to take you the background, there's an episode we haven't aired yet when we're recording this because we're still deciding if we should post it or not. But Thosa is in that episode, so as you're listening to this, he was in the previous. But tonight, where he is not joining us, and we're joined back by popular demand, Johnny, aka Bermuda.
Holler!
Yeah, what's up?
How's it going?
Is there-
Glad to be back on?
Yeah, is there anything new going on in your guys' lives to start it off?
Nope.
Jack shit.
Same old shit every day.
I mean, the new Dust 2 came up.
Do you want to talk about that at all? Is there
We had a
anything?
therapy session.
Is there anything relating to that? Like, is it good or what?
It's like, alright. Like, they didn't really... They changed a few, like, basic things on the map, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just the same map with worse FPS, but better textures.
That's what I figured it would be.
Which, they haven't... Like, that map's pretty well optimized, but the other ones that they had made are badly optimized.
Gotcha.
So I don't play Counter-Strike at all. For like someone who has like literally no idea what the relevance of the changes are, like, could you talk about like why this is a big deal or like what this means?
It's basically like the biggest Counter-Strike map, really.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
say.
like the map that you play when you first begin. It's like, I guess you could, it's like the most iconic map because it's been there since the very beginning. But
like when you think
basically,
of, my
go
bad.
ahead. No,
When
go
you
ahead.
think of CS:GO, you just like when I think of like Counter Strike, just dust pops in my head.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. It's like we're changing the thing that kind of made us iconic type thing. So
And then
It's definitely weird that they're changing it, honestly.
Yeah,
I didn't
for
think
sure,
they
for
would.
sure.
and like it's kind of like just like the, I guess you could call it the noob map because it's kind of just like an aim map. Honestly, there's not a lot of strats that go into it. It's kind of like you go out and get kills and you win.
Well, I somewhat disagree with that. Like there is a little bit of like at higher levels.
Okay,
Once
at
again,
higher levels, yes, but I'm
yeah,
talking like
but
the
at
matchmaking,
silver and like lower ranking, then yeah,
the
it's
noob
basically
ranks, yeah. But even in pro, like there's not like elaborate like setups that they do. It's mostly like you throw a smoke here or there because that's all. Like if you're throwing a smoke, more than like 2 smokes on a site on uh dust, on dust 2, I want to know like what smokes you're throwing because the only ones that you would need to throw are like possibly, well, definitely one if you're going along the cross, and then one cat.
It's a pretty straightforward map. Like, you
Yeah.
pretty much either go mid, B, or A. Like, you either go long, which is kind of like either full long or go cat, or you can just like bust out mid, or you can go straight B. But there's not like I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
Quick
it's
question.
yeah. It's
Do you know if the skyboxes are still like ridiculous on that map?
They opened up. No, yeah, they didn't open up any of them.
Oh, all right. Well, that's unlucky. I feel
But
like
they did make the buildings lower, so you can actually like throw flashes over them.
that's what's up.
So like,
I like that
if
at
you're
least.
getting pushed from cat, you can throw a flash over.
That's what's up.
I like enough skybox where they can't literally just like. Okay, so here's me standing in the back of A, and then you just like whip it across to the back corner of the map. Like, there needs to be a little bit, but I think
that
it's a little
they
excessive.
should have opened up. Like a lot of people are calling for this, but they should have opened up the skyboxes over tunnels a bit.
Yeah. For B, for like B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of really wanted to see, and I hope they actually do that. Do.
Yeah, it's still in
Weird.
beta, so like none of these changes are really final.
It would be cool to be able to throw a smoke from like the entrance of T side going B, like the tunnel's entrance. Like throw a smoke that can smoke off cat.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Some of the smokes are kind of hard right now because but I'm sure people come up with lineups and stuff.
Yeah, the pros will take care of all that for us.
Yep. Banana Gaming made a video showing some new smokes, but they updated it last night again to fix some things, and some of the like power lines are gone. So.
All right.
Give me a second. I'm just checking our audio.
Yeah, sorry, Brumina, you don't know, you don't really play Counter Strike.
Well, hey, that's why I asked. It was fact finding.
Okay, I need to turn you guys up.
Turn down for what?
Okay, give me a check.
Check.
Okay, sorry to do this live, by the way.
yeah.
This is just I switched
Technical
I switched streaming programs from XSplit to OBS, so I didn't have the audio settings correct, but we're good now.
Hell yeah, OBS is tight.
And what's new with me is that I'm probably gonna get a tattoo soon this weekend.
Oh,
Aw,
dope. What you
Dave.
getting?
I think I've showed you guys before, but it's basically, oh god, I don't know how to say this. The girl that I know that is in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
She drew it up for me basically, so I'm gonna get it done and she made it.
Oh, that's what's up.
I think it's in my Google Drive. Let me go try to get it. But it's pretty sweet. It's like basically like a Texas Longhorn type thing.
Oh, I think, did you post a picture of it in Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I remember that now.
I don't think Johnny's seen it though. Here, this is what it is, Johnny.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be sweet. Where are you gonna put that?
On my inner forearm.
That's gonna be dope as shit. Holy crap.
Hella fucking tight. Yep.
Let me show a picture to stream too, just so they know what I'm talking about. There we go. Yeah, my friend Christine, shout out to Christine. She drew that for me. So I'm gonna go get it done. Probably this weekend. Maybe next weekend. I still need to get a ballpark price on it from the tattoo place.
Probably
Otherwise,
150.
yeah, that's what I'm hoping, like 152 on it. But otherwise, I'm gonna get like a bootleg tattoo, which sounds sketchy. But my one of my friends, Devin, that I go to Denny's with, she that's our thing. We just go to Denny's and talk.
Oh, okay.
Her sister is an actual artist, and she has like a full tattoo setup at her house. It's not like just a random bootleg thing with needles. It's like an actual tattoo thing. So I think I'm just gonna let her like design one and do it on me.
Nice.
That'd be pretty cool, I guess. She, Devin has 3 tattoos from her, and I liked how all of them turned out, so I think it'll be fine.
Alright.
Yeah, that's our little personal update.
Wait, what about
Good
Bermuda?
fucking shit.
Hey, you got anything, bitch? Sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
No, not really. I'm still just living that starving college kid life and feeling the existential burn. And no girls like me. However, it's okay. We don't care about that anymore.
You're over
Dude,
women now,
just
Johnny?
get
Is that what
money.
it is?
You don't need girls.
Yeah,
Girls are a
fuck
fucking waste of money.
bitches.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding.
Alrighty.
I'd love to fuck bitches.
Um,
Uh,
I forget what to say.
uh,
Oh, well, I just got this. It's not even a topic I wrote down, but I just got an ad on my Kindle on the homepage that Middle Earth: Shadow of War came out. Did you guys play the first one, the
I
Shadow of
did. I
War?
played about it for an hour. Got stuck at one point for like 3 hours. And again.
I actually really liked it, but I never finished it.
Yeah.
I played
halfway
about
through.
8-9 hours on it, and then I didn't finish it. And I wish I did. So I'll probably revisit that.
I got to a part where you had to kill a bunch of people within a certain time limit, and then like kill the boss before the time ran out. And
Yeah,
I
it's like
I
killing a
couldn't
commander.
do it. Yeah, and I just couldn't do it, and I spent like 3 hours trying to do it, and I gave up. Like just never played it again. I was like, yeah, fuck that.
It's a pretty dope game.
It was pretty fun, yeah.
I like
I've never
it's
played it.
really optimized actually for what the graphics look like.
Now that you say that, yeah, it really was.
Yeah, it looked fucking
'Cause I-
dope, and like
Yeah,
it was
because
easy
I
to
ran
run.
that on my old rig, and it ran really good. And it seems
Oh,
like,
I can run it.
yeah.
uh, so yeah, that was just a random fucking thing I just saw. But so we'll just jump.
Okay.
Yeah, what's
Sorry.
up?
Let me say something. That explains a lot because I was on G2A the other day, and I saw it's still called Shadow of Mordor, right?
Yeah, it's Middle Earth.
It's Middle
Yeah.
Earth: Shadow of War, though. It's not
Okay,
Shadow
well-
of War.
well, I saw Shadow of Mordor or whatever. What?
No, I was just talking like a retard. Go ahead.
Oh. I saw Shadow of Mordor and it was like $60. And I was like, that game's still $60, but it's the new one. Okay. Sorry.
Alrighty.
Um,
What is our first topic, David?
oh, that's actually a really good Humble Bundle. There's a new RPG Humble Bundle, if you guys didn't know.
RPG Humble Bundle.
And I know you were talking about this game. Seems it was that Van Helsing game.
Yeah.
It's in the
Number 2 or number 1? Number 1 had bad reviews.
I think 1.
Still looked fun.
Anyway, for topics, let's see. So this first one is, what is your guys' favorite game or game series of all time?
Parth
Can I go
talking stick.
first?
Yeah.
Mine's gonna have to be the Legend of Zelda series.
Saw that
Fair
coming.
enough. Solid
They're
series.
my favorite. You can't go wrong with any of them from Nintendo. Like even the handheld ones were good. They were fun. They were a time passer. I think my favorite out of the series is Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker. So
Yeah, just name all of them.
no, that's not all of them.
Those
I
ones
know,
were
I
good.
know.
I liked
Yeah.
It's gonna sound really stupid, but I liked one of the DS ones. It
One of
was
the DS ones were good too.
fuck.
Was
It wasn't the one where you drive the train. It was like the one where you sail.
Hourglass?
Yeah, Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah.
I thought that one was pretty damn fun.
hmm
I got stuck
My,
at this one part for at least 4 days where you had to blow at your DS and like the noise in the mic, I guess, would make Link blow out a candle, and
That's pretty cool.
I had no idea what to do.
I think my other favorite series would be the Elder Scrolls series. Those are probably my two favorite series.
Until now,
Yeah.
when they started remaking them on every single thing.
That
Do you have
triggers
a
me on so many
particular
levels.
do you have a particular Elder Scrolls game that's your favorite, or just generally speaking you just love that shit?
Generally speaking, I just love that shit. Like I think Morrowind is probably one of my favorites, and then probably Skyrim.
Wow.
I never
Oblivion
played
didn't make it in
Morrowind.
your top 3?
No,
I mean,
Oblivion's
top
there.
2?
I never played Morrowind, but I went to my friend Colton's house like way back in the day, and he's like, it was when like they made it playable on 360, so I think. But he showed me it, and he's like, "Hey, you ever played this?" I'm like, no. And he just like walked outside and he drank a potion and he like jumped on someone and then he just flew. Like he just started flying like a superhero. And he's like, "Yeah, welcome to Morrowind," and he's like flying. So it was pretty
That's
good.
great. Speaking of series, you know what's in my opinion somewhat underrated? The Fable series. Love the first one, the second one.
I definitely liked those games.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
played I don't think I played 1, but I played 2, and then my favorite was 3 because it added like muskets and shit. And you could like buy shops and they would give you passive gold while you played.
all right. Who wants to go next?
Bermuda.
Go ahead, Cole.
Um, well, I am. Yeah. My favorite would have to be the Resident Evil series. I would definitely like the older ones better because they were more like puzzly. The newer
4
ones are
was
kind
the
of just
shit.
like, yeah, yeah.
I loved 4.
4 was pretty. 4 was like one of the last good ones. 5 was fun because of the co-op, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, the earlier ones were more fun in my opinion because they were more like puzzle-y games, kind of like more actual like survival horror. But the new ones were like more first-person shooters, which were all right, but they weren't really first-person. Never mind, third-person shooters.
Yeah.
But I still like that series a lot. I go back and play it, and they remade the first one, which I love. And the first one had some of the best, worst voice acting in it ever.
I played 5 with my cousin a while ago, and there's like this jewel egg you can get, and he was duping it and just selling it for like 20 grand of credits or whatever.
I think I know what it is. Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, what gun do you want? We can just buy them all." I'm like, that's not how you play the game. Sir Juicy Johnson.
Hi. I think my favorite
Hi.
video game series of all time, while Resident Evil and Legend of Zelda and all, those are all fucking incredible, I think my absolute favorite definitely would have to be Metal Gear Solid, actually. All
10
those
points to
games.
Johnny.
What?
I'll be
10
completely.
points.
I'll
I
be
love Metal
completely
Gear
honest.
Solid
I
series.
never played those games.
You are
What?
blowing. No, seriously, it's like it's such an amazing, rewarding experience. Like,
It's
I can sit here and just like jerk off to Hideo Kojima like for 15 minutes if you let me. But like, suffice it to say that like all of them are fucking good. My personal favorite of that entire series, I think, would have to be Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Greatest experience, and it's on PlayStation 2, so you can probably get it for dirt cheap, RN, if you're looking
Or
to check
emulate
it
it.
out. Or you can just emulate it and not
Yeah.
spend money. That seems much better.
Yeah.
On a side note of that, I hate the fact that who's the maker of that? I can't. It starts with a K.
That's a Konami.
I hate the fact that they're just like, we don't want to make games anymore because Plinko and whatever else we make just makes us 10 times more money. I'm just like, no more Metal Gear or Silent Hill anymore.
Yep.
So
They made Silent Hill.
yep. So no more Silent
Shit.
Hill or Metal Gear. Gear.
No Metal Gear.
Alright.
What about yours, PC?
My favorite was Zelda for a long time, but then I discovered the butt clenching / butt burning game
Oh.
series of Dark Souls.
I saw that.
I bought Dark Souls in maybe like 2013. I bought Dark Souls 1 or whenever it came out on PC. I bought it, played it till maybe 15 minutes in, just like walking through the beginning. And then I uninstalled it because I fucking hated it. And long story short, I got it again, hated it again, uninstalled it. And then about 2 years later, I just didn't touch the game at all. And then I got a 360 controller for my PC. And I just decided to give it one last chance, and it ended up being my favorite games of all time. I beat 1, 2, and 3. And then I recently, maybe a year ago, bought a PS3 with most of the decision of buying it to play Demon Souls, which is the first Souls game before Dark Souls 1.
Isn't there a guy in one of the Dark Souls games that like mouth actually moves? There's nobody else in the game that does
It's
that.
the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was watching a
his
video on
mouth
that.
is the only one that moves when he talks.
That's funny.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. And out of the Dark Souls series, number 3 was my favorite, just because art-wise and story-wise, I thought it was great. And the PvP was fucking really fun in that. Yeah, so that would be mine. Just any sort of Souls game. I'm still wanting to buy a PS4 so I can play Bloodborne.
That game looks so fun.
Yeah. But, yeah, other than that, like, just the Zelda games like everyone else. And when I was younger, the fucking Pokemons were my shit.
Yeah.
Anything Pokemon, I was all over. Mainly
Isn't it
Emerald.
Isn't a Link to the Past on is that
Game Boy
Super
Advance?
Nintendo? I think it's on
Oh.
Super
A
Nintendo.
Link to the
too.
Past is Super Nintendo.
Yeah. I was thinking of something else. I think it's Link's Awakening or something like that on Game Boy
Link's
Advance.
Awakening XD and Minish Cap were on Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
I think those are all solid game series we talked about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like good shit that I haven't even played either.
I think I have a Zelda game on my 3DS that was on the DSi, and like because a lot of the games that were on the DSi they ported over to the 3DS, but I don't even get why the DSi was a thing. It was like useless.
I don't think they had the tech to make the 3DS yet, so they just kind of made like a new DS for the hell of it.
Yeah, I guess. It's like it's a DS, but we put a camera on it, and that's it.
Well, like it actually had like that was the first DS with an app store in it. Like it actually had
True, and it had
Wii
like the
store.
voice stuff.
I mean, it was cool, I guess, but it got outdated very fast.
I guess looking back on that, that's easy to say, but it was like, whoa, new DS.
Yeah.
Speaking about series, since we're kind of still on that, real quick.
Yeah.
I actually really like the God of War series.
In the process of playing those.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation wise, they fucking killed it with series, honestly. Like Sly Cooper,
Yes.
fucking bomb.
Ratchet and Clank.
Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, God of War, fucking Ninja
Metal Gear.
Gaiden was
A lot of
that was
Resident
on
Evil.
multiple platforms, but I played it only on PlayStation. But they fucking killed
Medal
it
of
with
Honor
series.
games were good.
I played
Completely
like
forgot that
one
game
of the
existed.
older ones.
I think I have Frontline, and that's like one of my favorites.
Anyway. Alright. Are you guys ready for our next topic, or are you still want to talk about this one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Alright.
Excuse me.
It's sort of almost the same question, but what is your guys' favorite console / line of consoles other than PC? So other than PC, what is your guys' favorite platform, such as Nintendo systems, Xboxes, PlayStations, fucking Atari, arcade, Sega, whatever you want.
You go first,
Anyone
David,
will-
since you went last.
All right.
Let's go.
I don't know, honestly. Mine would probably be, if I had to choose one, would be the Sega Genesis. Um,
I don't think I was
because,
allowed for that.
huh?
No, you were not.
Well, I wasn't either, but like I was still young enough where my dad was like, "Hey, I had this." Like, I think. Anyway, it was fucking a good console, and well, I guess I still was alive for it because the GameStop still sold the cartridges when I was younger.
Gotcha.
Um, but it was like still sort of dying out.
Mhm.
But that had like fucking Sonic Spinball. It had like the original Sonics. And me and my dad like fucking bonded over that. Like just we go to GameStop, buy like 6 games, fucking play Afterburner on the on the Sega. That shit was so fun. That was like one of the most like lit times I've had on a console. It's like a dumb thing to say, but that was like you're fucking like blown away by a console that was the time for me. And I still have that bitch. It's in my basement.
That's the thing about old consoles. They don't last. Like the newer ones, they don't last anymore. The old ones, I still have my Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo in the basement, and they still work.
Oh, that was gross.
You wanna, you
Sorry
wanna
about
go,
that.
Johnny?
What, you don't you don't want to talk?
Yeah. I guess I'll go then.
He had a terrible childhood.
Yeah.
Awful childhood. Go ahead, Parth. Let's hear it.
He threw rocks
Mine,
at the TV.
mine would be the Nintendo 64. That thing is just it was it was a good console, honestly, for its time. It had two of my favorite games on there, obviously, the two Zeldas, and then it had Turok, which let's just set the scene real quick. I'm 10 years old. I'm playing a rated M game with jump scares in it. I shit myself.
Turok was fucking awesome.
The game was amazing. Like the first level when I was like 10, and I'm just sitting there and I'm playing it, and the raptor jumps out of the corner. I scream and run upstairs. I'm like, no, let's not with that. And then I played it some more. It was a great game. Then you had Super Mario 64, really good game, and the
Super
Mario
Mario
Karts, the
64
Diddy
was one
Kong
of the
Racing.
first games that had a free moving camera.
Yeah, and you can't forget about the two Golden Eyes on there. It was or James Bond games on there. Golden Eye and
There's
what was
another
it?
one.
Yeah, it was
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
tomorrow.
What is that?
It's the one with freaking
Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan and tomorrow. I can't. It's something tomorrow. Something I don't know. I can't remember off the
Tomorrow
top of
we
my
die
head.
Tomorrow never-
40 times.
Tomorrow
like
we die 40 times. So rip. Yeah, I had that one on there, and then Pitch Dark or Perfect Dark. It was Perfect Dark. There
Perfect
we go.
Dark, yeah.
Yeah, another good one. And Banjo Kazooie. I forgot about that game. That was on there too. Two of
Those
them.
were lit.
Yeah, completely forgot about that series. So
I'm gonna say lit a lot, by the way.
your turn seems.
Uh,
Real
since I was
quick,
like,
sorry, real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
Pokemon Stadium was so fucking
Oh,
fun.
I've
Oh,
actually
yeah.
played only on emulator, but still.
Playing with my cousins on Pokemon Stadium back in the day was so fucking fun. And I would
Seems
get
probably
so
good.
mad because he would play we'd play the one with the Ratatatas on the treadmill, and he could mash A faster than me, and he would win every time. It would make me so pissed off.
I
Alright.
feel like Seems is gonna say some like newer console, like the PS2 or some shit, because he's like a lot
I mean,
younger than us.
it's
And I feel like we're a
valid.
bunch of old farts now or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's I
Go
was
ahead,
actually gonna
Steve.
say PlayStation 2.
It's a valid
feel old.
point. I mean, that was a good
Well,
console.
See, like we had a PlayStation 1 first, but that thing was so messed up because if you tried putting a PlayStation 2 or a PlayStation game in there, it would try to play it like it was a CD. So that thing like stopped working like fast after it got. But that was probably just like I know that they still like last forever. That was probably just I don't know, maybe a bad system. I don't know. Maybe it was used. I don't know. But
Likely.
I think PS2 was like one of the best because I've went through like 3 of them, but that's because I'm an idiot. So like that's not PlayStation's fault. I think we have my third one up there. I had like one of the fatter ones, and then I got a slim one, and that one like instead of a disc tray that comes out of it, it has the one that like the top like lid opens.
Yeah.
And you put the disc in there, and I had it open, and I went to switch games, and I stepped on it, and the thing
No.
broke off of it, and like it still would work, but you could just hear the disc now, so it's like going around.
And then it'll fly out and hit you in the neck. Dead. Zoom.
So we traded that. So I was actually kind of mad because I went because that thing still had a warranty on it, and one of my sisters went to trade it in and brought me a DS back. So I was like, I mean,
What the
like
fuck
at
is
the
this?
time, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you just traded in a PS2, which
what?
we have all these games for a DS and a Scooby Doo game. But I mean, I
Uh,
still had fun with that. But yeah,
The
That
thing I thought
sucks.
that was hilarious with the PS2 was like looking back at it now, like getting a memory card, like fuck yeah, like 4 MB.
yeah, and it was, yeah. And then like later they started selling the 8 MB one. You're like, you could,
Yeah.
this is like double the storage.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. Jesus.
I forgot about memory cards.
I have like 12 of those upstairs. Sometimes I just go back and like, we had that game.
The evolution of memory cards for like N64 was like this big ass cartridge that like sat under the controller itself, and along with like the rumble packs to like a small ass thing that can hold like 8 GB in it. It was just ridiculous.
Fucking Donkey Kong 64, where you could do the arena. That was really fun.
Yeah. All right, Johnny, your turn.
Ah. All right. So we're talking
Well,
about
because you're
childhoods, yeah.
43, right?
I'm 43.
What's your favorite console?
My favorite fucking console. Wow. Because I'm 43, honestly, the only console I ever had was also like I had a PlayStation 1 and then a PlayStation 2. And then after that I grew up and started playing on PC. So I guess
Ooh.
it would have to be PlayStation for sure. I don't know. I mean, like I'll kind of agree with Coffee Dave here and others. Like Sony just crushed it with all that stuff, and
Yeah.
like honestly, like before like PC gaming became, obviously PC gaming was always viable, but before it became actually like a super awesome thing that you could do and it was worth investing in, like
Mainstream.
bitch, PlayStation was definitely where it was at.
um, One thing, I have a curveball to go back to the old topic of the favorite game.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
If I didn't have Zelda or Dark Souls as one of my tops, and I had to pick one game, this is gonna throw you guys off. This is a
I'm ready.
fucking oddball. All right.
Yes.
It was for the 360. It was one of the original 360 games. Fucking Viva Pinata was
What?
so
What?
fun. Was so
Dude,
fun.
yeah.
I've never played Viva Pinata actually.
It sounds like a joke. That game was so fucking fun. Like you make like a little garden, and like you get to level it and put ponds, and then you attract shit. And it's so mediocre sounding, but that game was so fun. Oh god.
Fucking awesome, bro.
Alrighty.
So there's my little rant.
What
Or-
football had that one game that was kind of weird but really fun to play?
Yeah. All right, so other last topic of like that's not a segment like that is recurring is that if you guys were going to make a brand new game right now, what genre would it be / what kind of game would you make? And I'll go first if you guys need me to.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. So, this is something that the doc was talking about, but I kind of like agree with him. Basically, if you look at like what's currently popping right now in terms of games, battle royale is like the big thing right now.
Mhm.
And if I was gonna sit down and make a game, I would make a AAA battle royale with either fucking like Unreal Engine or whatever engine COD uses or the Battlefield engine. Like make a AAA
Right.
battle royale. I think that would be the game that I would make.
What would you call it?
Dave and the gang
David
in the
again.
battlefield.
It'd be all one word, no spaces. Drop in and fuck shit up.
I don't think you can sell that as that, but
Well,
go
it'd be
ahead.
one word, so it wouldn't be a word, so it'd work. Drop in and fuck
Ooh.
shit up in all one word.
Ooh,
Would you
got him.
have any would you have any like interesting mechanics or a weird spin on like the typical gameplay to kind of set yours apart, or would you just be like
No,
making another
No.
Everybody
it,
spawns in with
basically
RPGs.
like just get a legit AAA studio, get fucking top of the line map designers, get fucking people that actually will update the game. When people find bugs, fucking get them out of there. Just actually give a shit about your game, and like make a good battle royale that's not in early access or free to play. Like make a fucking good quality one for once.
But don't make it overpriced.
Yeah, and fucking make it what, like $20? And the
Yeah.
Nah,
max.
dude, make that shit $10.
Nah. For AAA, if
Yeah,
you're
dude,
If you
not,
got if you
a
got triple, okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like a $10 AAA experience would be sweet. It's for the budget gamers.
All right,
Yeah, but if
20,
you're
but
gonna
if
have
it's
all
a
that,
Steam
you gotta
sale,
pay
it goes
for
to
that.
10.
If you're gonna have people top of the line map designers, like people that'll go fix the bugs like instantly, you're gonna have to have a lot of money to pay those people.
Well, I
Obviously,
mean-
it's going to be in early access for fucking years.
No, he
Well-
said he doesn't want early access.
Damn it.
Yeah, no early access.
Well,
This is
my,
his stream, not yours. You can't hijack it.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Wait,
early
what?
access, yes, with a commitment that after 1 year it'll go into full release.
Fair enough.
yeah, yeah.
all right.
Uh,
I can
Well,
go
now that
next.
you went and stole the most popular answer.
I can actually go next. I would remake can't remember the name of the game offhand. Shit. Oh, I really can't think of the name. It's not Hitman, but it's
I know what you're trying to say. It's fucking
you basically
Manhunt?
just- Manhunt.
yeah.
I would remake Manhunt and make that game like banned in every fucking country. Plain and simple. Like, I would overdo that game to the point where like you can kill someone with a meat hook and hang them up and like it tear their gut, dude. I'd fuck people's lives up.
Basically, like
I
Saw, the people that make
would.
the Saw movies would be like taking
Yeah.
reference and inspiration
my
from your
game.
fucking game. Hell
Yes, I would fuck people's like lives up. Like, I'd overdo the shit out of this game. I
Alright.
put too much thought in
I think like
the.
gross level of Mortal Kombat X with the fatality of Bo Raicho. The one you probably
Ooh.
saw it on my stream where
Yeah, I
he
know what you're talking
jams the
about, yeah.
jug in the mouth and then he kicks their gut and they fucking barf all their intestines out.
Yeah,
Like,
basically
that's
like
sort of
that.
gross.
Yeah. I'd do it like that, and there'd be no point to the game, no storyline. You just run around killing people. That's all. I'm probably on a watch list now, but you know, whatever. Who wants
You've
to go next?
probably been on one.
Yeah, been
yeah.
on one.
I've been on one.
That is the one fatality that ever made me cringe was Bo Raicho's jug thing.
Don't just say Bryce's jug. That just sounds weird.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I can
Either
do that.
Juicy J. Okay, Juicy J, go.
All right, I would make I would make like a weird like JRPG like fighting
Oh,
game
no.
hybrid.
Oh god.
No, hear me out. Just hear me out. Hear me out.
Don't be
Okay,
a
so you know
Thosa.
how like so you know so you know how when you're running around in like a traditional JRPG like Final Fantasy or Legends of Tales of Symphonia or whatever, you know, you run around in like an overmap or whatever, and then when you bump into an enemy, you'll get a random encounter, and then you break down and like fight that enemy and then you go back to the overworld and run around and all that stuff. Well,
Mhm.
basically the game would be like have all the cool story driven like character building RPG elements of that with like stats and gear and all that stuff, except every time you got into a combat situation, it would just turn into a fighting game where you just beat the shit out of people or lack thereof and you pull off crazy combos and fatalities and super cool stuff like that. I think that'd be super fun.
I like the snap. Uh,
Hell yeah.
two things.
Oh god, here we go.
One, I was saying that was the thing because I thought you were talking about a weird Japanese game like that he would reference. Like,
Yeah,
where
Like,
you're
like
just tanks.
the anime porno games?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's what I was thinking you were talking about, but
Oh no 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 no
Okay.
no! I don't.
and
I
two,
fap to normal porn.
I the that idea has sort of been done.
Oh really?
I think like the newer Dragon Ball games, you can walk around and like pick fights and shit.
What?
I'm not too
Okay,
sure
well,
on that though.
I will. I will humbly withdraw my entry because, god damn
I mean,
it,
you can
I look
definitely
like a
do
boob.
it better. I don't think those games got good reviews, like the Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Xenoverse or whatever.
Which
You can probably
sucks
do it
because
better.
Dragon Ball is like the best.
They have a new game coming out. It's like Dragon Ball Fighter Z or something like that.
Yeah,
And,
apparently it's supposed to be super good from what I
That
heard.
yeah, that one's supposed to be fucking really good. Seems.
I don't think. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I would. I mean, I guess you have Quake Champions coming out, but I would make like a new competitive first-person shooter because
I figured you would.
like I don't know. I like those
Free to
games and,
play.
like, no, not free to play. Well, yeah, I would have free to play, but I would hardware ban everybody. But I wouldn't tell anybody that. So they would have to come and watch this in order to know that they would get hardware. But I would just like legit. I don't know. I feel like Counter Strike's like kind of getting like a little bit stale. And like, what are we like? What's gonna come after like Counter Strike? You know what I mean? Like I said, Quake Champions is coming out, I guess. But I don't know if
Strike.
Yeah, there's definitely
Counter
room
Counter
for a
Strike.
new shooter on the block.
Yeah. So I just don't know like what's gonna be next. But I would make something along the lines of Counter Strike. I'd like to make the next Counter Strike. Yeah, I'm gonna do it,
That'd be sick.
Fair enough.
and then I'll let Parth cheat all he wants. He's the only person that doesn't get banned.
Nice.
Okay.
Wee wee wee.
Last
Nice.
And Overwatch sucks. All right.
we're at about 43 minutes, so we're gonna start. I don't want to ramble as much with this topic because I'm sure this is gonna happen, but this is a recurring segment on the show. If you've been watching these, this is called Yay Mene.
Yay!
Basically, if you're not familiar, we pick a game every week or every episode, I guess, and we say yay, meh, or nay, whether you should get it or not, or if you'd have fun as a new player, kind of thing. And this episode was suggested by Young Juicy himself, Bermuda,
Ooh.
which is Hearthstone.
Yeah.
So
And
why don't
since
you
you
lead it off?
suggested it, you're leading. Bitch.
All right. Okay. So, as far per the terms of yay and nay, I would personally, for me myself, I would give Hearthstone a yay. I don't know. I've been playing the game since closed beta. I'm complete shit at it, but for some reason, it's still kept me coming back and tricked me into spending a lot of my money on it. So
Yeah.
obviously, they're doing something right. I'm having fun, you know. So personally, I would say yay. But from a completely new player's perspective, I actually would say nay. As far like if you're someone who's looking to get into Hearthstone, I would not fucking do it right now. Like especially
Unless you
just
have money.
because unless you have money because the new player experience is complete shit. Like even at like the very starting beginning ranks of like competitive play the way everything's set up, you're still going to be running into actually like very competitive like meta decks and as a new player who hasn't spent money like unless you're just very good at the game right away like you're going to get steamrolled and you're not going to have a very fun time and then you're going to get salty at Blizzard because it feels like it's pay to win, you know. And there's also I don't know, I feel like this kind of thing happens with a lot of card games and a lot of games in general as far as balance issues are concerned, but there's a lot of decks in the competitive scene and like the multiplayer scene of Hearthstone right now that just feel really bad to lose to, and that coupled with all of like the poor RNG, I'm sure Parth is gonna tell us all about that. You know, it's
I hate
just
my life.
it's not very fun for new players right now, and a lot of people in the Hearthstone community have been talking about this, and I will echo their sentiments. Like Blizzard needs to address the new player experience because um, it's just shit. Like it's great for people like me who are actually dedicated to the game, but it's terrible for people that are just trying to casually have a little bit of fun. And so there's my multifaceted answer.
Fair enough. Um, I guess I can go next. I would say if you're willing to spend money, and most likely a lot of it, yes. Because even if you go into it saying I'm not gonna fucking spend money on this, and you play it and you get into it, and then you realize, hey, I don't really have a lot of cards. I can spend like $20 and get like 15 packs right now. You're gonna blow a lot of money into this game, like me and
Yes.
a few of us here. It's something
$1,000.
that is very like you feel you kind of need to pay a little bit, but you kind of can get by without. But it's not as pleasant of an experience, is what I would say. So yay if you have money, and meh if you don't. Yeah, meh if you don't. Not a complete nay. So go ahead, Parth.
I'm kind of like with everyone here. Yay if you got the money to put into it. No if you don't. Because Seems is basically a straight up free to play player.
Yeah, he's the most
I'm-
free to play out of all of us.
Yeah.
I've spent like 100. David spent like 300, and Johnny spent 1,000.
I've
Sure.
put at least $400 on my credit card of only
Yeah.
Hearthstone.
So it's one of those games that if you're only a free to play player, don't play it. For the love of God, don't play it. It is honestly not fun to play if you're just trying to grind out, gold
Yeah.
in order to get better decks and get dust to get meta decks, and then the meta changes once you get that meta deck, and it's just infuriating.
And
as
you'll
fuck.
feel sad that you
Yeah,
don't
and
have
you're like,
cards.
I just spent all this dust, and now it's a shit deck, and the meta changed, or this got nerfed, and then you're mad at Blizzard because you can't afford to put $300-400 into a game to get 1,800 dust or more than that, like
Yeah.
8,000 dust for a meta deck, and it's one of those games that you can have fun in it, but at the same time, the current meta of the game is really frustrating,
And
and
like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
and it's just one of those games you got to put money into to have. You don't have to put money to have fun in, but you kind of got
Recommended.
to at the same time. Yeah. So.
What I was gonna say is like even having like money to be able to buy packs, like I feel like shit when I buy packs. like this one time for what $70 you can get 60 packs, something like that.
Yeah.
One of the $70 options, I bought two $70 things of packs, and then I opened them all, and I got like 6 new decks to fuck around with, and it was really cool. But then I just thought, hey, I just put myself $140 into debt for virtual cards. Like
That you can't
it's not a
trade,
good
by the way.
feeling.
Yeah, it's not truly a trading card game.
Yeah.
It's definitely a collectible card game. It's not a
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was money well spent, and like I still can play the game right now, but like at the same time you almost regret it.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. It's kind of like buying packs is kind of like saying you're gonna quit smoking cigarettes and then like breaking down and like going and buying a pack and then taking that one drag and just like realizing that you're a colossal piece of shit as you proceed to
know that
smoke the
feeling.
entire rest of the pack.
Real.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me.
In the one setting. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Sir
so,
Seamus Smith.
Yeah, don't you're gonna play free to play, don't do it. It sucks.
Because you've been playing since the Grand Tournament.
Yeah,
I think I've actually been playing before that because I was playing today, and I saw some old cards in the Tavern Brawl that I had forgotten about. So I'm pretty sure I've been playing longer than I think I have. But anyway, I haven't been playing for as long as say Muta, because he's been playing since what? Would you say
he's been playing
closed
some
beta?
Yeah, closed beta. That was like
Yeah.
I was playing since open beta when you could buy. If you bought anything in the store, you get a golden Galban
Galban
Mechatork.
Mechatork. Hell yeah, dude.
That's when I know.
But yeah, if
how
you're gonna
I
play
was
free to
playing.
play, don't do it. If you're gonna got money to waste, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
And then
But
if you
even
do
if
have
you
money to
don't-
waste, don't do it also.
Yeah, at the same time. But I mean, you definitely can play it and have like fun casually. But if you start if you enjoy playing it casually and you start actually getting into it, you're gonna have to spend some money. But they have been making it a little bit more free to play friendly, because you can now complete quests with your friends. But I mean, that only does so much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the average person picks it up, there's that. It's like $5 or $6, and it's like a starter pack.
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
yeah.
a guaranteed legendary,
The
a couple
welcome
packs.
bundle, yeah.
Hey, if
Which
you buy
that's
that
actually a
and
good
then you
deal.
buy Karazhan, you'd have a
They
better
should,
start than just blindly going into it.
They
But,
should change that starter pack to Jebaited pack. Give me all your money. That's
No,
the
it's a
name.
good pack.
No, that's how they get you to play the game more. They debate you by that, and then you're like,
it's
oh
true.
yeah.
You're like, oh, I got a legendary now.
Yeah.
I got Tyrion out of mine.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
I
did
got Edwin
Nice.
Van Cleef.
Oh, nice. That's super
Say
relevant
Van
now.
Queef or Van Queef?
Both.
Same thing.
Oh.
Edwin Van Beef, bro.
That's what they do when you play it.
They just queef everywhere.
Anyway. Alright. So that was Yay Minute. I got
Oh yeah,
two
so
more.
it's yay.
Yeah. Mostly, we're in between
Kinda.
yay and meh if you got money.
Yeah, yay
Which
if you got
kinda
money, man.
Which kind of sucks, to be honest.
It does,
Definitely not the poor man's game.
Honestly, if someone
It's good.
if someone was listening to this, I've never played this game, and then we tell them that it's not pay to win, and they're like, this sounds like pay to win.
I'll be right
This
back.
really
guys.
does. All right.
Talk amongst yourselves, sorry.
Okay. Talking amongst yourselves.
So there's a new Saw movie coming.
Is it really?
Yeah,
So
called Jigsaw.
Weird. So weird
What's weird?
that there's a new song. I thought we were finished with this bullshit.
No.
What, you don't like them, or are you too?
I'm actually.
there's fucking
I'm producing the
13 of
movie,
them.
Johnny. Yeah, I'm producing the movie. Okay,
Oh,
it's gonna be lit.
Parth.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be like the Manhunt.
it's gonna be. You'll probably throw up in your popcorn bucket. That's how good it will be.
Well, that's good because I
Bleh.
like popcorn. So Philip,
Well, what?
But you
Why?
don't eat pop.
Why do you wait? Hold on, Johnny. Why
Yeah,
don't
this
you
is
like
more
popcorn?
important.
This is more important.
why don't I like popcorn?
Yes.
Yeah. Does it just get stuck in your teeth, or you just not like having fun?
Okay, sorry about that.
Neither. So I have this weird thing where I don't like eating foods where residue and film and sticky bullshit gets on my fingers.
So he's a texture guy.
No. See, the thing is,
Like
I don't
eating
mind
Cheetos
texture
or
of food.
something?
Like I will, the taste of I'll eat popcorn and it tastes good, and that texture doesn't bother me. It's more just on my hands. I don't like.
Oh, so you're like me. So you hate syrup?
As long as I don't have. No, I love syrup as long as I don't have to touch it or.
Oh, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah, so if I have utensils, then I'm good with syrup, But
What about Cheetos?
I fucking hate Cheetos.
What about
And
Doritos?
Doritos are
Oh
the
my
worst.
God, no!
Yes.
I'm
They're
gonna
the
kill
worst.
myself.
Heathen.
No.
I'm gonna pour syrup all over your
Is he an
hands. when you
American?
sleep.
Dude, I hope you do.
I thought you were
man. I hope
American.
You make sensual love to me.
Oh no. Alrighty.
Oh
Anyways.
god, I got Baron Geddon and a Drakari Enchanter.
Oh no.
Lol.
Wait,
Surprisingly,
what?
I evolved and I got Baron Geddon and a
Oh,
Drakari
no.
Enchanter, so he did the double 2 damage. Alright, thank you guys for carrying over the show. My brother called me.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
of course.
The last 2 things I wanted to talk about. really quick. One is this is the segment and the part where I tell you guys and inflict guilt on the viewers to send in questions. Because I want to have like a question aspect to the show at the ends where we answer questions and give advice or whatever the fuck you guys need.
Yeah,
or
we know you're there.
want.
We see the downloads on everything.
Yeah, we're at like 64 downloads so far. And basically, if you have any sort of question, comment, topic suggestion, advice needed, whatever, you can either go to our website and fill out a little email thing to me. You can send us a DM on Twitter, send us a chat fucking thing on Twitch. However you want to get in touch with us, go ahead and leave us a, whatever, a comment, and we'll read it off.
If you guys don't start doing it, I'll start doing it, signing off as Karen.
Yeah. We don't talk about Karen.
Yeah, rip Karen.
And this last topic that I wanted to talk about before we conclude the show is a sort of something I thought of for us to do that I wanted to discuss with you guys.
Ooh.
Okay. So, basically, like, when I made the podcast, I wanted it to be comedy and tech-ish related.
Sure.
So I thought, why not add more comedy to it, since we've been talking about mostly games across all these episodes. So this thing was about making the show a little more comedy oriented.
None of us are funny, though.
Well, this is what I thought of. Would you guys / this is also for the viewers if you guys want to tune in or chime in on this, if I wrote up like an outline and like screen guides, would you guys want to do like kind of like an improv thing?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be fun.
Yeah, like,
But
so
I feel it could be cringy at the same time.
yeah, like I think it would be so good. So like,
We'll do a test. We'll do a test run. We'll do it.
yeah, we'll at least give it a chance. But I thought of it because I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts called 10 Minute Podcasts with some comedians that I love. And they have an episode on there called Gritty TV Drama. And they literally just sat down, okay, so we're, what are we going to make? Like a show or a movie? And then they decided a show. They wanted it to be a 1-hour drama. And they wanted it to be somewhat about superheroes. And then for like 10 whole minutes, they improvised like all these different scenes. And like the guy like went to his bat lair. And it was so fucking funny. I'll have to show you guys the episode. Just like so you know what I'm talking about. You guys, as in the guys in the chat with me, not everyone. But yeah, so you guys are down?
Yes.
I'm down. I just suck at improv, so like I'd be like, yeah, the bat flower thing.
No, like I don't know. I think it'd be so fun. And then like at the end they're like, yeah, I'd make guides for it, like little stage directions for us. And like at the end, one of their skits is like he's at a bar with a girl, and then the girl gets in the car with him, and then he's like, don't be a cunt. he's like, wait, you're a superhero, dude. He's like, yeah, whatever, don't be a cunt. Like, it was so funny. But yeah, so maybe on the next episode I'll have that ready and we can try to
I feel like Fosa has to be here for that one though.
Yeah, we'll for sure make the whole gang there and probably add Juicy in there too.
Sick.
Yeah, I'd say unless you guys got something else to add, we're gonna wrap it up.
While you were gone, we were talking about they're making a new song.
Yeah, that's about it.
I need to watch 5 and 6. No, 6 and 7. I watched 1 through 5. Those actually were very good horror movies.
Nah.
I thought so.
I give them a meh.
Like, they weren't very good, but they were the few, probably the only horror movie that actually like when they explained like, oh, we're killing this guy because he raped like 3 people or whatever. Then you're like, then you're siding with like fucking Jigsaw, and you're like, yeah, I'd kill that guy too. And it's like, it kind of makes you feel like a weird type of way.
Yeah.
These experiences are important.
And so
I don't know.
Um,
I feel like if you have to rely on just shock value, you're not that good.
I mean, you're right.
anyway, yeah. So maybe if we can get the gang together and I can actually write out some stage directions and plot a little bit for our little improv thing I want to try, which is gonna be fucking hilarious. Even if it's
That'd be
not
sick.
actually funny, I think it's gonna be so cringy that it's gonna be funny. But
So bad it's good type thing.
so hopefully we'll do that next time. Remember, follow us on Twitter, and if you want to listen to us, you can either watch the VOD on YouTube, listen to it on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher Smart Radio, or Podbean.com. And I currently need to apply to be put on the Android store. And with that, we'll see you in the next episode. All right.
deuces.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.